Hey there and welcome back. Day 16, one of my favorite topics. This is one of those topics where you don't even know you can influence this type of experience. This topic today is about going from passive listening to active listening. When you're speaking in front of 1,000, 100, 10,000, you want to make sure that you're bringing in the active listening component. How do you do that? See, listening is normally a flat and passive experience, which leads to minimum engagement, especially in this day and age with all of the distractions. Have you ever looked out into an audience or looked left or right, or you actually may have been one of these people where someone's speaking and people are checking their Facebook, their text messaging, they are checking their emails. There's so many distractions when you are listening passively. Well, you don't ever want to be that guy, that gal that's having people listen passively to you. You want to create an active listening experience by engaging your audience on multiple levels, creating what I like to call a 3D listening experience. So let me just say this. When you watch me on YouTube, or when people have watched me on YouTube, and some of our self-work here will be you watching me on YouTube to identify the techniques that I'm sharing with you. There's several techniques that I do to create not only a dialogue experience versus a monologue, but also to ensure active listening. You want to keep the attention of your listener, whether it's for 2 minutes, for 10 minutes, or for 2 hours, you actually can do it. When I first began to move into active listening, because I didn't always do it, there was a time where I experienced flat listening because I didn't know how to engage my audience. I didn't want to do that thing where I asked the question 100 times, have you ever, do you do this? I didn't want to ask a bunch of questions because then it feels like you're setting them up for a sale or you're setting them up for some oil salesman's kind of thing. It just didn't feel good. So then I began to search, how can I have them engage in active listening in other ways? So here's several techniques. Now, what I love about this is that you can utilize this when you're working with your children. You can utilize this when you're working with your husband or your wife. It's a one-on-one experience. It's a 1 to 3 experience. It's a 1 to 30. It's a 1 to 300. It's a 1 to 3,000. What I love about any of the techniques that I'm giving you is that it doesn't matter the size of the audience. And it's not just for public speaking. It's also for what I call non-public public speaking. Meaning you're speaking, but you're not doing it on a platform. So you want to, number one, you want to announce up front, write this down. You want to announce up front that this experience will be an active experience. What I love about transparent speaking is that you don't sneak up on anyone. You don't sneak in a technique. Like speaking shouldn't be sneaky. Speaking should be transparent and authentic. That people appreciate when you tell them what you're going to do. They appreciate when you tell them what you expect from them. People are brilliant. If they're watching you, if they're listening to you, they're smart cookies. So know that they're smart cookies. So just tell them, listen, this is an active experience. I like to call it putting your audience on notice. See, I tell people, I told you, I did the exact same thing. I said, listen, you got to do your own curls. You got to do your own sit-ups. This is going to be an active experience. Remember that days ago, I put you on notice that this is going to be an active experience. So something happened to you then. You shifted from passive listening maybe to, okay, what am I supposed to do? And I continuously every day tell you, no, you got to do your own work. Here's the work you have to do. So you want to give your audience that type of notice. Instruct your audience that whenever something speaks true to them, whenever something sounds good to them, you want them to raise their hand, or you want them to say yes, or you want them to do whatever that thing is that lets them know that they heard something that was their own truth. Now, I love telling my audience, now your engagement and your activity is not about me. I don't need you to cheerlead for me. I need you to be your own best cheerleader. I need you to know when you heard your truth. So you may have heard me instruct my audience to say yes, yes. And what I love about yes, yes isn't a cheerleading concept, even though it might feel like it's a rally concept. Yes, yes, and the concept of yes, yes, when I do it, is to say, I heard something that speaks to my truth. I heard something that I needed to hear. And what I love even more about it is when I get messages in my email and on Facebook, or when someone sees me again to say, I'm at home with my children. And when they say something that I love, I say, yes, yes. And now my husband is saying, yes, yes. And he's never even heard you. You know, I love it when the concept of hearing something that feels good to you, so much so that it resonates with your soul, that you automatically need to shout out something, that then goes into their lifestyle. Because after all, what are you doing when you speak? You're speaking to inspire and evoke transformation. You're speaking to inspire and evoke action. So you want to give people an opportunity to take action while they're listening to you, and also take that action into their lives. Now, I got to tell you, that's kind of like a master's move, though. It's not like you won't master it when you first start. That's when you've been out there for a while. I was speaking for maybe 7, 8, 9 years before I was able to do that. Now, because you're going through this program, it should not take you as long as it took me. I didn't have someone sharing this conversation with me. I didn't have someone crafting the experience of speaking powerfully for me. Like, I'm so excited about being here with you because I'm giving you the bumper rails. You know, when I go bowling, I have them put down the bumper rails so my ball can get down to the end. You know, I'm giving you the bumper rails of how to get to your audience more effectively, more fluently, more powerfully, and to become unforgettable quicker, sooner, quicker, faster than what I had learned how to do it. I want you to get into the habit of having your audience listen actively, which means it's almost like they're doing this. Okay, what next? What are we gonna do? Versus, do me. Come on, you got me in the chair, now do me. You don't want that do me energy. You want them to say, listen, this is a dialogue, not a monologue. This is a full team sport. We're on the same team. We're on the team called you. We're on the team called get you to your goal. I'm gonna do my part, and you gotta do your part as well. Man, when you come in like that, when you come in with love, you're directing, you're instructing, you're coaching, you're engaging, you're inspiring, all with love. All of a sudden, there's a dynamic exchange of energy that's always occurring. So you want to always engage active listening. And it doesn't always include a call and response. I do yes, yes. But I do yes, yes with a reason. I do it, the second yes is because of the calling on your life. I have a concept with it. I also do raise your hand if anything feels true for you. Anytime I say something that feels true for you, raise one hand or raise two hands. And I change what I do based on my audience. So what fits for one audience might not fit for another audience. Yes, yes does not fit for all my audiences. So yes, yes fits for my entrepreneurs. It fits for the women events. I know exactly where it fits, which goes back to know who you're speaking to. When I'm working with teens, I don't do yes, yes, because they are so no. I don't ask them to say yes, yes, because they'll never say it. What I do ask them to do is raise one hand if this feels like it's true for you. Raise two hands if it's really true for you. And raise two hands and stand up if it's, oh my God, so true for you. Because they're still finding their voice. So I don't want to rush them to use a voice that they're discovering in my workshop. And so they raise their hand. And so know your audience enough to ask them or to instruct them on the way to dialogue with you that feels like it's the best for them as well. You might stretch them, but you don't want to pull them too far out of their comfort zone because then they won't participate. So that comes with knowing the demographic and the psychographic of your audience. Now your audience of 1 or your audience of 100 or your audience of 1,000. It doesn't matter the size. I'm not speaking of size here on audience. I'm just speaking of people. So anytime you open your mouth, you're talking to someone, so you want to engage these principles. So your self-work for today. So number 1, yes, I want you to continue to do the mirror work. And then also, I want you to remember that this program is designed so that you can know how to inspire 1 to 1,000 plus. So now it's time to prepare for our first level of ultimate delivery. You are to begin today. Now, I'm about to give you some self-work that it's why you came. Ultimately, I would never talk to you about inspiring people and not coach you to actually go out and inspire people. So here it comes. You're to begin today scheduling for 3 weeks from today an event that you either host or you participate in. That's a live, yes, inspirational presentation to a minimal of 5 people. Okay? So a minimum of 5 people where you will incorporate all the techniques, yes, all the techniques that you've learned in this program. Are you shaking yet? Like, oh my God, did Lisa just tell me to go and deliver an event? Yes, I did. You got to develop your own muscle. And the only way you can do it is by doing it. You got to jump in. You can't look in at life like you're looking through a fishbowl and learn how to swim. You got to jump in the water, get wet, swallow a little water, gargle a little bit, and then learn your strokes. So we're gonna learn our stroke. So I'm gonna teach you multiple techniques. I've already taught you some, there's many more to come. So this event that I'd like for you to plan for 3 weeks from today, please don't do it for 8 weeks, don't do it for 15 weeks, I gotta make it perfect. Please put your perfection aside, because I'd rather you do it 60% of what you could do it, but you did it, than waiting forever to try to get it to 100%. Okay, we're practicing. So 5 people, minimum. Now you can do 50. You super achievers, you can do 100. 5 people minimum. 3 weeks from today, I want you to incorporate all the techniques that you've already learned here and the ones that you're going to learn in this program while delivering a 30 to 55-minute inspirational message. Now, if you say, Lisa, I'm an informational speaker. You know, we categorized what type of speaker I was. I'm an informational speaker. Great. I'd like you to incorporate some inspiration. Well, Lisa, I'm a motivational speaker. Great. I'd like you to incorporate some inspiration. Lisa, I'm a transformational speaker. Great. You already know inspiration is required. So you choose the people, you choose the place. 3 weeks out, it'll take us right to the end of our program. So that's our crescendo, that's our culmination, that's our big celebration. I want you to plan that event. A minimum of 5 people. Begin planning today. That's your self-work. I'm your sister friend in prosperity and in possibility. And I'm super, super excited to be on this journey with you. I'll see you tomorrow.